Hello and welcome to Home versus House. I'm Lisa, and this is a channel where I share budget-friendly home decor and lifestyle ideas. Guys, welcome to my home. I'm going to give you a look of how I have decorated my dining room area for this spring. I used a collection of DIY projects, thrifted projects, and clearance item to create this look. So let's start with the dining room table and the setup. So this tablecloth was a gift from a friend a few years ago doing her travels. This salad bowl was a thrifted item. I really love the floral patterns on it and the touch of pink. As you will see, I'm definitely using pinks and reds tone in my home this season. The cloth napkins was a DIY project that I did a few years ago with some fabric from Hobby Lobby. And so it's that pink and white checkered pattern. The plates, the dinner plates were, I believe it was a Walmart buy a few years ago, and the charger was a Dollar Tree purchase many years ago. The silverware were thrifted, and they are different patterns, but I just really like mixing patterns and putting things together that's not so matched, so to speak. The glassware were also thrifted, so I have a tint of pink as well as green. And then the candelabra, or the candlestick, is a thrifted item that I spray painted gold, and the candles are also a thrifted piece. All right, let's move on to the curtains. So these curtains I purchased last year. I believe it was last year, January. And I really like it because it has, I like it because of the fabric. It's pretty durable fabric. And it has the blues. I was using a lot of blue tones in my home beginning last year, and so I purchased that. At the end of it though, so last year I had I added a blue and white pattern at the end with fabric that I picked up from the fabric store, and this year I took off the blue and I added this pink and red floral pattern to the end. The rug came from Amazon some years ago. I believe it was 2 years ago. And it has a lot of the blues, the pinks, the oranges that I'm using in my home. The mirror and the wall sconce, they were some thrifted item that I spray painted a gold tone. And then moving over to this cabinet, I just have a selection of dishes down here, most of them white, and some have the blue patterns, the blue and whites that I'm using in my space as well. So interestingly, this cabinet, so the bottom piece I've had for many years. It was a gift from a friend of mine. And then recently I added this top piece. So I first picked up this middle piece here from my local Habitat for Humanity restore, and then the sides shelf was a DIY project that I did just to add some more storage and even it out. I also wanted to add some height to this piece. So definitely a thrift flipped homemade piece, shall we say. Up top, I have some thrifted items, as well as the blue and white piece came from TJ Maxx a couple of years ago. And then I just added some greenery. The greenery came from World's Market. So I did the same thing with these set of curtains. I added the pink and red floral piece to the end. And then this blue throw was a DIY project that I did. It was a crochet project that I did a few years ago. This storage piece was a thrifted piece, and I have some table runners, tablecloths, and cloth napkins stored in these drawers. Up top, I have a collection of thrifted pieces. So these candle stands were thrifted. I did spray paint the gold top there. And I have one of my pothos plants in here along with some other spring florals. So up top, I have this thrifted mirror that I spray painted gold, and then I just have this thrifted art piece. It's a drawing of a winter set, but I like the tones in that piece. It complements some of the tones that I have in this space. So I painted this wall last year. This is my accent wall. I wanted to add some coral in my space, and I also wanted a wallpaper look for less. And so I used some paint that I had on hand. The salmon color or coral, I used first, let that dry, and then I just splat painted some white paint on top of it to give it this look, and I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. And then I added a few patterned or ornate plates that I picked up thrifted. So definitely like the patterns in here. The colors also complement some of the colors in this space, and so I felt like it worked really nicely. On this side of the wall, I added some more plates. So none of the plates match, but they do have similar colors. And that's what I like about it. I definitely have changed my decor pattern. A few years ago, I started off with a rustic kind of farmhouse, lots of neutrals, and I still like the neutrals, but I also like the colors. So what I did, starting off, I would do lots of neutrals and just a pop of color. And I was finding that I wanted both worlds. I wanted neutrals, but I also wanted colors all year round to live in my space. And so about 2 years ago, I started just adding some of the colors that I would do seasonally. Like my blues, I would usually use during the winter season. Some of the pastel colors, the pinks, the light blues, I would use in the springtime. And then fall, I would use this dark red, orange, those kind of colors in the fall. And so again, I was finding that each season I was missing all the other colors from the previous seasons, and so I decided to just have all the colors exist in my space all year round. And I was really pleased with that decision. And so guys, that is my dining room, or my handmade dining room, I should say, that I am really pleased with. It took a while of just collecting items, whether it's on clearance, whether it's thrifted, or going through stores or looking at magazines and getting ideas and doing it myself. A lot of my fabrics like tablecloths, throw pillows, curtains, throws, cloth napkins, I do myself. I have a sewing machine, and it's just really easy to, easier and more affordable, I would say, to do it myself. And so that's just another idea in creating a home. There's lots of things that you can do yourself. If you don't have the skills, there's tons of videos, YouTube videos out there to teach you the skills. And so I encourage you to do that. That's something that I have incorporated throughout the years in my home. And I just really like sitting in each room and looking at the things that I've collected, and the memories behind it, the things that were made. It makes me feel proud that my handprint is on my home. For example, my walls, this paint color, I did when I moved into this home 5 years ago. It was me and my children. At the time, they were preteen and teenagers, and we painted this. And so even though I have thoughts of like painting it over, each time I have those thoughts, I sit and I look at it, and I could recall us just doing this, not having any skilled in painting necessarily, but we did it, and this is our home. And so when I look around, I can remember those times and have a connection. And so that's really important for me in my space. And yeah, when I look at this room, I definitely see me and my family and our handprints in this space. And that's a really important value of mine. So I am going to stop here. Hopefully this space gives you some ideas on what to do with your space. And I look forward to see how you transform your space with any of these ideas. All right, take care, guys. Bye.